Yo, I'm so proud of that intro. It's a cool
damn
one.
Good.
It's a cool one.
It's popping.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the WODprep podcast. I'm here with Bob and Joe from Legends. Thank you guys for coming. What's up?
Thanks for being here. Yeah, we love it, man.
Yeah, we are live in Columbus at this sick-ass venue. This place is huge. It's massive. What's the square footage in this building? Do you know?
It's like 350,000 square feet. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just a few more than you need.
Yeah, well, when we came here for
not really.
site visit, it was during the Arnold.
Yeah.
And, the Arnold uses all four. Like, we're not even using Hall D, right? And the Arnold uses all four. And it didn't seem as big because the Arnold is so big, right? I mean, it's 200,000 people. There's 80 different events going on.
Is there really 200,000 people?
200,000 people come in for the Arnold.
During their setup, there's like 40 forklifts operating at the same time.
That's nuts.
It's nuts.
I thought that I was going to get ran over or someone was going to get ran over. It's crazy. You can't see the ground. There's so many pallets and so many people setting up. You can't even see the ground. It's insane.
But it's cool for us, man. I mean, we'll have 5 floors set up. All running right down the middle, and it's pretty cool venue that way.
Yeah, it's sick. It's going to be really good. I'm super excited.
Okay. So those 5 floors, what are we looking at on the floors? If we go from one to the next, what's the flow?
Floor 1 is down on, I don't know if that's stage right or on our right? That is primarily team workout floor, and there's no rig on that one. Floor 2 right in front of us, floor 2s and 3 are mirror images of each other.
Yeah.
And so they'll be running the same workouts at the same time, just different age groups.
Got it.
Then the floor directly in front of us is actually the community and spectator floor, which originally when we had set it up, that it was going to be kind of off in the corner.
Right.
And as we were setting up the floors the other day, Joe and I had a conversation. We're like, man, wouldn't it be so cool? We have this space here to just put the community floor right in the middle of the experience, right? And so that's awesome. And then down at the far end is the turf floor. Mm-hmm. So where we have like the sled push events and sandbag events and things like that.
Cool.
So
I heard you talk about that turf the other day. Did you figure out the sleds on it?
Oh yeah, did you guys figure out the weight?
I did, yeah. I did some testing today.
Yeah.
So I tested 2 things on it. So one, I wanted to figure out what the weight needed to be, and the answer is light.
Yeah.
Because we want
them to fly.
Yeah, we want them to fly as much as possible. The sleds themselves, like they get bogged down on that floor.
I was gonna say it could have almost been an empty sled for some of the age groups.
It is actually empty.
Okay,
so the heaviest we're going is the men 35 to 39 and 40 to 44 are only gonna have a 45-pound plate.
Oh hell yeah!
It'll trick people into it'll give them a false sense of confidence.
Oh yeah, and then round 3,
2 minutes,
will hit, it'll be
2 minutes into
100%.
So and I tested to make sure because there's painted lanes, non-painted lanes, all that other stuff. So Boz and I were out there. We would close our eyes and we would push across the floor to see if we felt any different. To make sure the lanes are all the same.
Yeah, sure.
They're all the same.
No sled gate.
There shouldn't be a sled gate.
There's gonna be.
I'm 99% sure.
Come on, there's gonna be a sled gate.
Look, if it turns out that everyone in lane 12 ends up winning, then we got a problem.
Sure.
If everybody in lanes 7, 8, and 9 win, they're just better athletes. Right.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So So how did we end up at Columbus?
Well, actually, Columbus we did a site visit tour of first Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Saw that convention center. Then we came down to Columbus, and then we went to Louisville, Kentucky, and we stopped by Columbus. And I think knowing then, we knew it wasn't available, or they weren't sure which weekend was available because there was another big event that already had it booked, possibly.
Okay.
So while in Louisville, we found out Columbus is not available. And so we were leaning towards, obviously, Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And I think it was up until with Columbus being our dream. It was huge.
Sure.
It had the space. We really wanted to work out. It's by Rogue. And I think it was 2 days before we signed the contract with Kentucky. Columbus called us and said, hey, it's available. Do you guys want it?
Yeah.
Already going through a good series of planning to be in Kentucky.
Right.
Basically asked that sign Columbus and started there.
Is the Midwest just like byproduct of being close to Rogue and equipment and stuff? Is that why the Midwest was our only option?
Yeah, well, it wasn't the only option. So like we kind of scanned the entire country, right?
Okay.
And like we looked at Oklahoma City. We didn't look at really anything all the way out west because it's just a little bit more difficult for the international athletes to make it all the way to the West Coast.
Okay.
Right. Sure. It becomes a little, they kind of have 2 hops, or, it becomes like 2 days of travel. And it's just kind of, we felt like we needed to move it, kind of central or east.
Okay.
And then in Birmingham was still in the mix too, because Birmingham was a cool site last year. But when you just, you just kind of see this place and you compare it to Birmingham last year, like
right.
it's so much better.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. It's just everything around it too. Like Birmingham, I think had the nuts to be there, but like it seemed like the city didn't want to play ball, and those restaurants shutting down was just such a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like everything was just like closed at like sundown. It was just very strange.
Yeah.
It seemed like it could have been a good spot.
Yeah.
But based on what you guys told us last year, like you couldn't run around the stadium, and like there were like so many restrictions, and I was like, So
Columbus just knows how to handle events better, right? And so given that they have so much experience with the Arnold and everything Ohio State, right? Like this is just a big sports town. And then you got the short north right out front with all those restaurants and shops, and you head down the street towards the arena district. Like there's a lot to do outside of the event, which is what we wanted to bring to the athletes and the spectators.
Cool. Awesome. So talk to me about spectators. How many tickets have we got sold? How many people are going to be here?
Believe me, I'm checking this like by the minute.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 3% up on last year at this point in time.
Oh yeah, and no walk-ups, and I would assume so many of your sales last year were walk-ups.
Almost all of them were walk-ups in the final couple of days.
Right.
So ticket sales are actually going really well. I'm really happy about that.
Cool.
And I think a lot of that is you can kind of point to the reset in Albany and the success that the CrossFit Games had there.
Yep.
Just from a community perspective, that it's made its turn, right? And people are coming back. They're showing their pride in CrossFit, and they're supporting these events, which is cool.
Awesome. Sick.
Fast response time to go from Albany to this. I mean, you got a short period of time for that reaction, but like you said, there's noticeable changes.
Yeah. Totally. It's been great, and the CrossFit team is they're fantastic to work with and huge support. I mean, you guys see him walking around here, right? We have Boz doing all the athlete briefings today, and we got J-Mac walking around, who, for those of you who know J-Mac, like he's been running CrossFit Games since 2009 or something. Like the guy, he's just super helpful with the teams, pointing out like, hey, this is a way to do this more efficiently. Have you guys thought of that? And throwing in and getting his hands dirty too. Cool. So it's great.
Also, the social media team is helping us out a ton too, gathering content, pushing content out for us, and collaborating on Instagram a lot lately, which is fantastic.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks.
Attention to our competition, so that's been huge. And having them here, their media team here, a big part of them is a huge help to make our competitors feel a part of the CrossFit Games, which I told them about a week ago, is like that's what our athletes want. They want the collaboration. They want your Instagram handle to be recognizing them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that's what they're doing. And the way they shifted gears and are implementing that is fantastic to see.
Right. Yeah.
So you recently communicated that to them, and the response was, okay, we're going to have people there. Like what?
They were already planning on having people here, and we went through like a planning meeting around that, and then talking through what their plan was, and then me letting them know like, hey, like these are the emails I get, these are the messages I get. How do we fix this? And they were like, we don't want you to get those emails or messages that are negative towards not highlighting the Masters or this event on our social page. So they just added a ton more of collaboration and effort into kind of what our athletes are wanting.
Right.
And they made a huge shift, which is awesome.
So you would say that like for this event, you feel very supported by them in that way.
100%.
Yeah, totally.
That's huge.
100%. It is huge because it takes also a lot of our team that was going to have to do a lot of work around that, pulling away from other areas to accomplish a very well, social media coverage for the event. So it is a huge help.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there, I feel like, did that conversation happen recently?
Mm-hmm.
It had to have, because like there was nothing. There was zero from like the weekend post of the games. And then that first countdown, 10 days, I think it might have been the 10 days countdown was the first collaboration countdown. I remember getting on the podcast that Monday morning and thinking like, man, no, I didn't see anything for Masters. Nothing was there. And this is going to fight into a follow-up question. But so I assume that conversation had to happen sometime recently, and they really dug their heels in hard, or they really like went in and they just went full in. And I love it. I mean, I was sad that we didn't see anything during the games. Did you guys try and have those conversations before, or was it just like you guys were too busy? It just didn't come up in conversation talking with everybody?
It didn't come up for me in conversation with them. I know how busy they were, and we were coming into our final, weeks before our event, which is very, very busy. Lots of meetings, lots of computer time. So it just never came up in conversation. But it was always there in the back of my mind of like, when I get the opportunity to, when I want to talk about this and see how we can make this work. And they responded very well. Yeah,
Dave talked about it on the weekend review, saying that they had a huge miss not talking about it during the game. So that's good for future, right? It's like we're still like in a building block phase. We're like, we want this to be its own thing, or whether it's like reabsorbed and you guys still running, whatever it is. And so that my next question is, are you guys going to keep running the Legends page, or are you going to make an age group or a Masters page, or is CrossFit going to support like a Masters page from like a continuous thing? Because like Legends is your thing, right? And I do know that I get a lot of feedback that people get really confused, and maybe not a lot of, but enough that it's a conversation that we're bringing up on a podcast in the space. And so, that like, oh, are these, which Legends workouts are these? Like, is this age group? And I know age group I think this year we definitely did a better job at separating, or you guys did, but there's still a lot of confusion and overlap with Legends happening at certain time, like qualifier with games workouts, etc. Is there like plan to like completely separate them?
No, well, not to completely separate them, right?
Okay.
So what I can say is we've already started talking about with CrossFit running next year's, right? So like we're going to keep running the games.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And Legends needs to exist as its own separate thing.
Right.
Right. So there isn't any plan for us to deprecate the Legends brand.
Yeah, I don't think that's that. I understand. That wasn't so much of what I meant. Is there a way to advertise them as two separate events this time, like more so than what you guys are already doing? Like everything is on Legends Championship page.
Yeah.
Should there be an age group page? Is the question.
I think,
or a Masters page.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, it's something we should consider. And I honestly hadn't thought about it until you just brought it up 2 seconds ago.
I might already have the Instagram handle.
Hell yeah. I mean, you should for sure. And I mean, like, and CrossFit has the, like, if they're here, they have the bandwidth to like collab. I mean, you guys are at like 30,000 followers, right? Like a Masters page that collabs regularly with CrossFit Games, and especially with like, what is your CrossFit? Like everything leads into like the people on this floor this weekend and all these faces from 35 complete savages to 70-year-old savages. Like that's the push. Like that's the whole marketing bit, right? Like, like CrossFit is a cure. And so like every 35-year-old that's out here is just a little bit different than an individual, but all the 70-year-olds are what every 35-year-old aspires to be. Right. And so I mean, putting their face on all of this huge marketing and everything, I think is going to be super key. And then even like leveraging that to create your own, like even a firmer foot in the ground. You know what I mean?
So to distract us a little bit, how much time do we have, by the way?
As long as you guys are here, 100%.
Choose your journey.
Yeah.
Choose your journey for
I'll distract
sure.
you guys a little bit and give you a personal story here. So I am 2 weeks and a day removed from 7 weeks of radiation and chemotherapy.
Yes.
You talk about CrossFit as a cure, right? Like CrossFit isn't going to prevent cancer, but CrossFit is going to make you more healthy to withstand the cures that are implemented on top of you
Mhm.
when you have things like cancer. I went in at the same time as other people that had the same cancer receiving the same treatment. I can tell you for a fact that they are not, building and running an event 2 weeks in a day post treatment. They're at home licking their
for
wounds
sure.
still, right?
100%.
And like, I don't mean to diminish those people, but like, I feel so lucky that I had this CrossFit background that enabled me to mentally get through 7 weeks of treatment, and then B, to recover so quickly. Like I feel great.
Yeah.
And
Your biceps look good.
I was gonna
biceps
say,
You know what I
always
mean?
look good,
Shit,
bro.
dude.
yeah, you
Fuck.
tell anybody. Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like a diminishment of their experience, but more so like this is something that's really powerful and potent for me. So like I would be a disservice to not tell you that's what's making the difference for why I'm having a different experience with this.
Totally. I want to evangelize it, anywhere, any possibility that I can. Like it is absolutely the cure. Like they have nailed it with this messaging.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah. I wish they wouldn't put the asterisks in there. Just like let it ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just fucking let it ride. You know what I mean? Cool. So, all right. I love the collaboration media. Like it's been really, really good. I certainly do wish I would have seen it, during the thing. But again, I think it's just like, it's a foundation, it's building blocks for the future, and it's going to move in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Yep.
I do love, by the way, since we are running the spectator floor tomorrow, I do love that it's dead in the middle.
Yeah.
Ben was like, "Oh, they changed it." I was like, "Yeah, no one told us," which is fine because it's right there and it's literally in the middle. Everyone has to walk by it. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to be awesome.
Sweet.
I'm hoping to get a workout in myself.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We'll
that'd
be
be
doing
fun.
a volunteer workout tomorrow night after everything's done.
Killer.
So,
That's at 7:30 p.m. I think.
7:30 p.m. Yeah,
Mhm.
cool.
Well, so it's the night before, it's the dawn before. How are we feeling in this very moment with where we are right now to what's about to begin?
I think we feel a lot better than our team does because they haven't kind of been here as many times as us.
Mhm.
And we know that if we just continue to push forward, there's a lot to get done still. Like it's going to get done.
Mhm.
And so a lot of them are very nervous if they're going to finish on time, which they will because they have to. But they also, we've been doing better each year at giving our team leaders more responsibility.
Uh-huh.
And so what I'm noticing this year is that when we give them more responsibility and they're taking it happily, it kind of, they feel it weighs on them more to get it done, to not mess up what we're trying to create.
Mhm.
And so I am seeing that they're a little bit more stressed, but we're just trying to make sure that we're here to support them, let them know it's going to be okay. The event's going to go on and you will get done. But I'm feeling great. Actually, this is the best I've slept at any event that we've done.
You
Like,
don't
I
tell the
actually
team
got
that, do you?
some really good sleep last night. So
I hope you don't
Man,
tell
you
the team
you
that.
got like 2 hours of deep sleep.
No,
last night
yeah, I'll
or
pull it
something.
up, man. I got 7 hours and 55
Are
minutes.
you guys like
Let's
sharing a
go.
bed?
That's
How do we
incredible.
know so much? You guys like in the same? Are you guys
Well,
sharing
it
a
was
bed?
like the first thing I said to him this morning was I had 7 hours and 51 minutes last night of total sleep.
That's crazy.
And my deep was like, where's the deep? 2 hours and 41 minutes of deep.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
like,
bonkers.
2 nights before competition, that's never happened before.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think we've had a lot of, because of course we've run some shows leading up to this, engaging with, I mean, they have how many athletes here for WODprep this weekend?
We have 5 individual and then a couple teams.
and
Nice.
then
Yep.
so far just being here in the booth while they've been checking in today, the
Yep.
number of them that have popped over and said they've done something, it's a lot, right? We've had a lot of conversations, and some of the questions that are coming up are in regards to like the testing of the workouts leading up to it. And I'm trying to wrap my brain around the idea that you have to come up with these workouts and the appropriate weights and time domains and so on for such a broad range of athletes. And so there have been questions about like the testing process leading up to it and what that looks like specifically for you to try to nail that down as best as you can, considering that breadth.
Yeah, the challenge that we run into, right, it's with the bigger field,
Mm-hmm.
is there's not a big testing group in every age group for us to
Yeah.
kind of, because the field's too big, and like you see the big drop off even in these fields from the top 5 to the bottom 5, right? Like they're pretty significant.
Yep.
So really what ends up happening is we become the test cases.
Mhm.
And then we try to think about like, you know, we do our best to scale off of that, just based off of a ton of experience in running masters events. Like that's all we've ever done is run masters events. So we're not perfect, definitely not claiming that, but we probably have as many or more man hours running masters events than anybody out there. And so I'm not diminishing the work required to get to the appropriate scaling, but that's kind of what we have to do is we test a lot of the workouts on ourselves and then try to figure out, okay, what is this going to look like, you know, for the 35 to 39 men, and what is this going to look like for the 70 plus women, and try to make that fit.
Right.
Then additionally to that, like we have a lot of collaboration with Boz and, you know, and with Brock, and he's super helpful on the teenagers where, you know, we just talk it through a lot. We ended up on V3 was the final, like usually we start with V1.
A lot of edits in those versions.
Yeah, but there was
ultimately V3.
Basically I just stopped version control after V3. There were a lot of edits that went into it, but we probably edit the workouts 12 or 15 times before we get here.
Sure. And so so the question is leading into like, is there any female testing is like the biggest thing. And that's one of the biggest questions that we got. We feel the feedback from a lot of the people, especially in the younger, is that super heavy for the females, 35 to 44, and moderately heavy for the males. And then, you know, obviously with kettlebells in a sandbag, there's a drop, right? It's not like you can't do 10%, can't do that's a sandbag that's 180 to like 160, right? It's 50 pounds. And so is that something that you guys are taking into account? I mean, I assume you are. Like, you know, where's the, you know, you can answer that or give you a thought on that.
Yeah. So I'll start, and then if you want to fill in on it. So I consciously this year, particularly in the younger age groups, had less of a drop off between men and women than traditional. And the reason that I did that is because the women are becoming so much stronger. That I felt like I wanted to test that. I wanted to test that theory in person. So we'll see how it plays out on the floor. But I could be proven wrong. But I think it's just the women they're so much stronger and so much closer to the men than they used to be, percentage wise, that I wanted to get away from the traditional, you know, 65 to 70%. And so now you have some of the workouts are more like 70 to 80%.
Right. And then we've seen that before. I've seen it recently in results after competitions to where the women's times were just so much faster than the men's times, like minutes, you know, first man, first woman. I'm like, well, obviously the workout was too light if you're trying to go for the stimulus. So it is, you know, something that we are testing, and I think that a lot of people are it is heavier, but I think it's going to be exciting to watch and to do.
Right.
So I think it's going to be fun and a good challenge that they're probably not accustomed to seeing those weights used in those movements. At those reps, but you know, it's going to be a great challenge, and you know, this is the games. So
and if there's any, you know, retired you know, female games athletes that want to test workouts for us, like, you know, please let us know.
Reach out.
I think you'd be surprised. There's, I mean, if you just think about it, but again, it's just, are they associated with someone competing? Like, can they keep their mouth shut? Is the biggest thing.
Would it even need to be the testing of an entire workout, right? Or would it just simply be like, I mean, I'm sure there's communication to some degree about where they're, you know, knowing some athletes in the field that are not going to just outright test a workout, right? But instead just having good awareness about where they're at. And I guess year over year, you have that as a result of the competition itself. But
and there are people that will reach out to that and will, you know, obviously they get an idea of what we're trying to figure out. But like, there are some people that will reach out to, and I'll be like, hey, you know, do 2 or 3 rounds of this and tell me what your time was and how it made you feel. But that's kind of, the hardest part really for us is like most people that we know are either, you know, part of a programming community or they're a coach and it's like, you know, how do you,
sure.
how do you,
Or they're
how do you
competing.
limit that, right? How do
Yeah.
you NDA up everybody so we could
Literally
get
Right.
don't.
tighter testing? I'm open to any and all ideas on that because I'd love to see. I want us to do better, right?
Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think I think some form of crowdsourcing, you know, is important, especially with the range. And I don't know what that looks like. The younger age groups, I feel like it's possible. The older age groups, I feel like would be harder, right? Like, you know, the 70-year-old, because, you know, like 1 to 20 or 1 to 10 or whatever, like that, like a 35-year-old versus the fittest and the 30th, they're all still really fucking fit.
Yes.
yeah,
And not to say that the 70s aren't, but like that gap is so much bigger in the higher age groups. And so it is really tough for sure.
and you don't have the data points
Right.
either.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's always a guessing game. That's why I tell everyone, you know, we do obviously a lot of master's programming, and sometimes we just don't scale for 55. They're like, why don't we scale? I'm like, eventually it's going to stop. I was like, they're like, why can't 60 step up? And I'm like, I think you should jump. I think everyone should fucking jump. And I was like, just jump to a lower box, but like we got it, you know. And so, you know, like we don't always do like 95, 65. Like we try to mix it up sometimes, you know, or like row calorie changes, etc. Like for males and females, you know, CrossFit is constantly varied. And so like, so is constantly varied scaling for age groups and male, female, and things like that. And I think it's important to have all of them. All right. Main question. And then we'll get into like some easier ones. Why the fuck are there weighted pistols in a master's competition? Tell me and make me believe it, because I don't.
So
Makes it easier. Gives you balance.
Yeah.
No,
counterbalance.
okay, fine. We'll walk it back. Why are there pistols in this competition?
because we are challenging the best athletes in the world.
Sure.
Period.
It's what it sounds like to me. I definitely want you to continue to elaborate, but it does sound like you're really using this experience to test those limits, maybe more than before. Like talk about the women and forcing them up in the weights and so on.
I mean, really, it was we wanted to challenge ourselves to be more creative in the programming, and we wanted to challenge the athletes.
Sure.
And we felt like the volume of them
20.
it wasn't enough that we were going to hurt somebody like that. We always come back to that. Like, are we going to hurt somebody? And like, sure, yeah, there could be a freak accident, you know, but the volume, we're not going to cause a volume related injury off of 20. And look, if somebody makes it back a second time to those pistols again, they're unbelievable athletes,
Right.
and they can't complain about anything.
Dude, if someone makes it back to the pistols,
Nobody's making it back to the pistols.
oh shit, that would be
It's a
crazy.
one set of 20.
Yeah.
And I think
10 per
the
leg.
pistol shows a great amount of flexibility, balance, some skill. And the weighted, when they first came out, we did that workout with the games workout with
Cinco 1 and 2, right?
deadlifts, heavy deadlifts or something.
Yeah, kettlebell deadlifts. No, it was deadlifts, and then they like lunged with the bar, overhead lunge, and pistols. It was like 2013.
Right. Yeah. But because they used those different kettlebells that had the faces on them or something.
Right. Yeah, 2013.
So
I can see it.
I picked
I
it
can
up.
see it. Little devil face.
I tried it and I was like, oh, it's actually not that much harder.
Right.
You taught me how to do pistols
with a
kettlebell.
Yeah.
Sure. And so I understand the counterbalance. Like I get that in general. The shoulders are going to be blasted. Holding the kettlebell is going to be as hard as the pistol. And I do understand from a balance perspective. I don't think I hop on board with like it's easier maybe when we're fresh and from a balance perspective. I just have a very strong aversion to pistols naturally, mainly because there's like 5 people that have ever pistoled well on camera, and it's like Noah Olson, Matt Frazier, and like Carrie Pierce and Mary, and like that was it. Everyone else just looks like trash all the time. And so that's just my own thing. I mean, it's y'all's competition. I think it is generally a good test, and it will be a big separator for no doubt, right? So what happens when 10 or 15, how many 7-year-olds are there? 15 or 20?
70.
10. There's 10.
10?
Yeah.
What happens when all 10 can't pistol?
They're not pistoling.
Huh? Okay, 60.
Wait, are they?
Yeah. They're just not doing a weighted pistol.
Oh, they're not doing weighted. That's right.
Body weight.
Yeah. When all 10 can't do it. Well, look, I mean, hey, they got to get through.
They got to get there. I know it's a lot.
They got to get through all the toes to bar. Then they got to get through all the thrusters. To me, that one is like whoever gets 1 or 2.
Like if you get a muscle up sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same thing when we had, muscle ups in older age groups, and it was 2 people could do muscle ups.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's why we built programming for those age groups that generally.
Yes, dude. By the way, I have to. The step up is
skill, right?
But
it
should always be like that.
Yeah.
Like
there's the separator.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I love that. And I know that's like not Dave's MO is to like do a progressive like that. That's a little bit different to do like for that workout, right? To just do chest to bars into muscle ups. But that's 100% how it should be done, right? It's like here, okay, everyone can play. Now who gets the 1 or 2 muscle ups at the end, and that's where you're separated, so everyone doesn't have a tied score, right?
Yeah.
And so I agree 100% to that one. I won't agree that I think pistols are a good idea, but
That's okay.
it's okay.
Yeah,
What
no,
we should do 35s, like start with muscle ups, but then like 55 plus, they build into muscle ups. So you just
Reverse
them.
workout.
I think most of 55s are going to get. I mean, they'll all get. A lot of them will get around. I think, from what I know, we have a 55 at the top and towards the lower end, and they both can do muscle ups.
Yeah.
So I think we'll still be in the clear there for sure. I'll be surprised if I see a 60-year-old female get a muscle up though.
I think so, man. Your guy right here is doing a muscle up on your.
I know. I mean, we've
Programming
certainly
banner. I
taught
hope we all can do
60-year-olds how to do
muscle
muscle ups.
Most people aren't finishing that workout.
Yeah.
begin with.
No, for sure. Yeah, there's our next question. So you have event 8 with a 14-minute time cap. That's probably a
10-minute workout.
10 or 8 if you're really cooking.
Yeah.
And then you have event 7, which is probably a 14-minute workout for a lot of people with a 10-minute time cap, which was a 9. Now it's a 10.
I moved it to 10.
Yeah. So talk me through that. I assume it's mainly like logistics is why it's so short on Saturday, but tell me a different reason.
No, it wasn't necessarily
Okay,
logistics.
good.
So like I definitely come from a school of thought from Joe. I mean, he taught me pretty much everything I know, but where it's
What a guy.
So blame Joe, right? But not every workout is meant to be finished.
Yeah, sure.
And so that was the first workout that we had kind of put together. It went through a couple of different iterations, but that was the one that we really built the games around was workout 7.
Yeah, your cornerstone workout.
And it was the cornerstone workout, and I wanted it to be the hardest workout, and I didn't want a lot of people to finish. I wanted, I think you're going to see the top 3 to 5% finich that workout.
In the lower age groups.
In the lower age groups.
Right.
Yeah.
If a 55 finishes that workout, I'm going to be floored.
Yeah, no chance. But then workout 8, the final workout, has that really long time cap because I want everyone to finish because it is the final workout.
Sure.
So like visually, I want the spectators to see everybody finish it.
Okay.
That's the only reason.
Sure. So that workout specifically, and now I'm just digging into it, and you can tell me to shut up if you want.
Go nuts.
But that workout specifically, I feel like
which one are we talking about?
The last workout,
Okay.
workout 8, the rope climbs, wall walk, snatches. I love the snatch weight. I think a lot of people were whining about that. I think that's dumb. I love the snatch weight. I think it's a good snatch weight. My concern, or not concern, but my critique of it is 2 rope climbs for the 35s. Like why not it be 4? And then 3 for 45 to 54, and then 2 for 55 or 60 plus, right? I feel like ends up being basically a wall walk workout for the youngers, maybe a snatch workout for the middle, and then rope climb workout, because like a 59-year-old male or 64-year-old male is still doing the same as a 35 from a volume perspective on the rope climbs.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
Sure.
I mean, it's a valid critique. Originally that workout came together and it was going to be 6-4-2.
Okay.
But again, back to the visuals of the floor, like we wanted people to move from the rig out. Right. So, I mean, that doesn't change your original question around like, why wouldn't you do more rope climbs?
Or legless or something like that. I mean, there's still time to throw 35, 34 to a legless.
I know. Honestly, what it comes down to is like in that workout, I might have over-indexed on safety.
Sure.
Because it's the 8th workout on the 4th day, really tired.
Sure.
And I think I probably over-indexed on safety.
Yeah. And so one thing that I've noticed in a lot of programmers, and I'm certainly not some, like top end, but I do a lot of program analysis, is like the cornerstone workout being that many muscle ups, like will bias some of those things and some of those changes and thoughts of like shoulder health at the end. Because, we've done handstand push-ups and, like a heavy clean and jerk. And then it's like, oh, well, now we're snatching and rope climbs. Well, the shoulders are going to, and those things happen. And so I saw it and I was like, oh, it's the same. And I was like, that the muscle up or like the totality influenced that. Like in a vacuum, it is what it is, but it's so hard to like pull yourself out of that sometimes. You're like, oh, this accumulation, very, very similar to like Dave and Chad last year. Chad being the cornerstone of the workout biased his entire programming of the games, and it was super evident.
Yeah.
Right. Like it was really evident, and of like being a lighter games, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and like what I would say to that, and basically any critique or question, right, is I want to hear it because it helps us become a better programming team, and you know, you guys gave us some inspiration for some workouts last year. I'm fairly certain you helped actually inspire the muscle up workout for this year. So, but at the same time, like there is thought that goes into every decision that is made. Like we're never like, you know, let's just pick 2 or 4,
yeah,
or, you know, whatever. And you
I
know
don't think
that,
anyone questions that.
It's, you know, but it always comes like we're indexing on something, right? And whether it's we're indexing on performance or indexing on safety, like where we slide across on that spectrum. And I think, you know, quite frankly, with 8, I think we probably over-index on safety.
Sure.
But for what I want to get out of that workout is I want people to keep moving. I don't want to see a lot of people standing around on the floor. I want the crowd to be going nuts, and I want the visual of watching everyone finish.
Sure.
I think it's your OCD can't handle.
Oh, the 264. Come on, bud,
dude,
bro.
So,
oh my God, I heard you on Get With The Programming.
Yeah.
And I still. Oh man, it's like it itches me to say it in that order.
So you said it, and like literally
every
muscle
100%.
in my stomach just like tightened up. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this to myself and to everyone else.
100%.
But it's exposure therapy.
How dare you?
There you go.
Yeah, and so you said that there too, and so you've mentioned challenging yourself to like be more creative or be there. And do you think maybe like with the pistols, because you said you struggle with pistols?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not good.
So do you think there is an influence of like maybe like swinging too far of like, oh, I just want to be out. I know. All right, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah,
All
I think so. Dude, this thing is sweet. Whoa,
that's great.
Dude, that's a neat ass charger. That was cool. Okay,
That's a cool charger.
that is a cool charger.
The I don't know how you can walk around with 4% battery. Like,
Well, I mean, it's been on a hotspot all day.
Okay.
So that's why it just got to that point. I didn't realize it was there.
Oh,
It's giving
yeah.
me more anxiety.
Stressing him out.
Totally stressing me
No,
out.
no,
I've been
was
really chill,
it
sleeping
was
nearly
green.
8 hours.
It was green
but
at one
that,
point. Yeah, I'm not sleeping because of that. Yeah. So, you know, do we think that like maybe that like again pulls into like a further bias, you know, of like challenging yourself, right? Is like, do we see that as like a good thing sometimes, but then maybe, you know, like two sides of the same coin or double-edged sword?
Well, I think that's where like we as programming partners really like we have very different biases, right? And so you know, I think that collaboration kind of helps us try to come more to a balance.
Sure.
But you're always going to see there's, you know, you could, if you knew Joe and I well enough, you could look at all of those workouts and be like, oh, that's primarily a Bob or that's primarily a Joe because of some level of bias around that. But I think we have to challenge ourselves
for sure.
to get outside of our comfort zones and do things like program those pistols and see how they go. And maybe everybody will surprise us, or maybe it'll be a total disaster. And then we have that data point, as long as that data point is not like everybody got injured.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I love
And like
it.
challenging the one with the heavy barbell, the heavier weights, and seeing where that lands. So
I think those are fine.
Do we see similar times? You know,
I think all the
Whoa.
women's weights were really solid.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was listening to them and I didn't agree. I was looking at them and I was like, I feel like they're fine. I think it does change a little bit of the workout, and I think the one that we got the most feedback on was the kettlebells for sure. Like those those kettlebell hang cleans are fucking rough.
Yeah.
At that weight. But again, like, you know, that's like your only option. Like there's just certain jumps of the kettlebell. The 53s for the guys, I know a lot of them are just yoked out of their mind, but it's going to take their lunch for sure. Like it's going to eat them up.
And it's, sorry, I want to just go on that real quick. Like there's such a huge difference between a single kettlebell and
100%.
a double kettlebell.
Yeah.
Right? Like it is not
without question
100% harder. It's, 150, 175% harder.
Right. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And then I think the other feedback was that the overhead squat and the short time cap might bias the power athlete again, because I think overall it is a stronger athlete, leaning competition, barring the 7K, which I'm so stoked about. I'm so excited for an event over 20 minutes. Like, not even just like referencing to last year, right? Like we talked about last year, we were just between a rock and a hard place with equipment and time and availability and logistics and how many floors to how many athletes, etc. With the 7K run, I was I'm so excited. I don't care. It's monostructural. I think it's the right call. I think I love it. I'm so excited for it.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. I think the athletes are going to have a really good time and, really be able to push themselves just on a pure run. And it's simple, but it's outside, put a lot of time and effort to make it, bring a company and help us make that happen. So I think that's also appreciated by the athletes, is knowing that, hey, they could have just, done something much more simple, but no, they are putting it offsite and making them again feel more like a games athlete.
Right.
And that they're getting a spotlight in a different manner than they've ever experienced from us, at least.
Yeah.
And I think we were smart enough and humble enough to know that we don't know how to run an offsite run.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I assume you guys have like chip timers and bibs and everything with someone. You're working with Columbus Marathon, or what is it?
It's M3 Sports.
Okay.
Yeah, but they run like the Columbus Marathon, triathlon, and like all that other stuff. If we were trying to do this ourselves, it would be an unmitigated disaster.
Runs are hard. Runs aren't that easy. They're hard.
I wouldn't know half the stuff that goes into it.
Yeah,
I do now.
Well, how did you have the foresight to know that you needed to enlist some help because you didn't have what you needed there?
I think we probably woke up one morning after writing the programming and realized that we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
How did
we're
we
like,
find them?
The sports commission helped us out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was right away.
DJ,
That's all right.
is that coming through, or are they just here?
No, I don't think it's actually coming through.
Right.
It's pretty good. We've got it temped up pretty good. It's nice.
Good.
You've been playing with it this entire time.
Yeah, I know. We're doing good. Well, like, because yours is picking up everything, so like I have to like turn yours up now, but it's good. No, we're crushing it. This is going way better than I anticipated. I don't know anything about any of this shit. I just like started plugging
This
shit
little
in.
magic board's fun.
Yeah,
I want to play with it.
Yeah, it's doing great. It's doing great for
You're going
sure.
to throw in some sound effects of some sort.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
See, I got this.
You had that waiting there.
We're
that
good.
whole
I know,
time.
and
Yeah,
used
well, I
it.
was gonna do it. Like
as
soon as you tried to justify pistols, I was gonna.
I was
fucking
gonna
hit
say,
you
had
with
you
that.
asked me about it, I would have like hit that right away. Like, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my lack of awareness. How many years now have you guys been running Legends and been running competitions for age groups?
Legends,
2017?
this is 9 years of Legends. So 8 completed, and then age groups or the Masters, this is our
Hey,
second.
Nelson.
Okay.
year.
Or Elena, can someone get me?
Okay.
Can someone go fill
And
the water?
so this is
Any-
completely off of
any
programming,
bottle.
but just for
I don't know.
you to continue year over year over year to put yourself in the situation where you're subject
those are
to
mine. Just grab one of
everyone's
those.
opinion and the scrutinization of your programming and every little detail and all of the obstacles that you have to overcome constantly of does the equipment show up, what are we working with, all the different things that occur, and yet you choose to continue to lean in further and further and further. And I'm just kind of curious, like what do you feel for each of you is the driving force behind your choice to continue to lean into all of that?
Well,
Not
obviously,
easy
like
stuff.
Bob said earlier, like we're not perfect, but I feel like anyway that we have a ton of experience, and if not us, then who is going to get to like this point of 9 years in and be able to continue that and push ourselves to try to be better and provide better programming and a better overall event experience. That's the challenge. It's like we're never satisfied, I guess, with just what we did last year. Let's just rinse and repeat. Like we want to make it better. We want to hear the feedback. We want to correct any mistakes that we made or stuff that we missed. So for me, it's like I am really happy every year with what we did, but there's also just a big list of stuff that we could have done better, and we want to figure out how to do that for an event like this.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? It's like every year we come out of it really satisfied and happy and proud of what we were able to accomplish with the team. But then also really critical around like, oh, well, maybe we could have done this better. Maybe we could have done that better. And that's the thing that kind of drives us to the next year.
Sure.
If it were perfect every year, I don't think I'd really want to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
well,
I think that's the best thing about CrossFit is like
that should never happen.
Perfect is pretty much like not a thing.
It doesn't exist.
Right?
Yeah,
It doesn't
totally.
exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you. So you guys hired full-time staff. You went full-time this year.
Yes.
Right. And then you guys have full-time staff as well.
They're full-time when they're here. Yeah.
When they're here. Okay.
Yeah.
And so how has that been beneficial? Because you said that and I was like, oh, I'll like work with someone else. And I haven't talked to anyone else except you. And you still, every time I ask anyone's questions, you're always the guy.
Right.
You're still always the guy.
I'm still always the guy for a lot of stuff, but scorecard creation.
What was that word?
Scorecard
creation.
Oh, okay, got it.
Scorecard
All right, I
creation.
heard
One of the infinite details that
I heard
is
like
a
one
CrossFit
one
event.
total word, and I was like, that's a lot of syllables, and I have no idea what you just said.
The standards, writing up the flow docs. It's like we don't have to start all of those. We had to step in and make some edits and changes once those are created. And
Did you guys use Brent's list at all?
That would be a no.
That would be since you don't have any idea what I'm talking about.
no, we did not.
Yeah.
No,
What's
I was just
Brent's list?
Brent Fikowski, like the PFA, they started making like a standards list for all the things.
Possibly referenced. I wouldn't have that
Okay.
answer. So maybe
It's not
Yeah.
super complete yet. We started
Yeah.
looking at it for a competition we're running to just compare like what we would have for some things and what they have. It's pretty robust.
Yeah. When I have meetings with the head judges about heights of rings or bars or standards, I do write. I'm like, wait, what is PFAA stand? What do they have in there? Because I'm not fully up to date on it, but they are. And ultimately, we like to again give them the freedom to
Of course.
make certain calls. They are the lead of that team,
Right?
And stepping away from a lot of stuff like that is a huge help. And again, it's one of the things that those team leads take ownership of, and they take a lot of pride behind being being the driving force to complete that. And then like doing their own scheduling at this event for their teams. We used to take the time to like schedule every judge for every lane, for every workout. Now it's more like, here's your team of 20 for athlete control.
Yeah.
And here's your schedule. Go figure it out.
Right.
And they do.
Cool.
They do great. Same thing with the judges, same thing, at the control, like I said, but then the scoring team. Here's your team of scoring. Get the scores in however you want.
Yeah, there's live scoring this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
So how does that work? I mean, I know like that volume.
Please
for
fucking
sure.
work, man.
Yeah, 100%. Barring that, it's awesome. And again, building blocks. I just keep looking as always building blocks, right? And so like that takes more than like the actual judging on the floor, right? Because like, are they watching the judges? Like, tell me how that works. So like, is the judge just like one of those and there's like a ticker?
Yeah.
So it's like a tablet or an iPhone.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you guys have like the Navy.
I don't actually know the answer to
that. I love it.
Yeah,
so you guys have like the Navy, the ROTC guys volunteering, right?
Yeah, they're going to be providing at least 2/3 of the live scoring
Okay.
team, and they also came in and helped set up.
Yeah, I
of
saw them
our
today.
Floors, they're amazing. But yeah, they're going to be coming in and being the live scorers. And I told them, like, look, you don't have to be a judge of the movement. You're just following the judge, and it's going to provide an immense addition to our live stream for everyone watching.
Cool.
Because seeing that ticket.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So much.
So
better.
it's going to be on the screen?
Yeah.
Out. What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I thought it was just going to be like quick to competition corner.
No.
No, it's going to be live on the screen. So
Yeah.
there's no
Literal live
leader.
screen. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And
Wow.
we went with the F1 setup, right?
Yes.
So
That's what
it's-
I thought.
it's-
So I
Yeah,
hope
I'm
so.
pretty sure that's what I asked for.
gonna look
But
cool.
we'll see
what
what we
makes
ended
it
up
on the
with.
screen.
So they're like the way there's the traditional model where you see it going across the top,
Right.
And it'll be like, Claire Toomey, is and see like -9 for the next person,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Yep.
So what we went with this year is what they have been experimenting with in competitions over in Europe, where it's more F1 style. So it's on the left-hand side of the screen,
Mhm.
and you see like everyone moving up and down relative to each other. So it should be.
Oh, so it's like flipping.
Yeah. So it should be really cool, or it will be a monumental
Complete
disaster.
disaster.
Yeah.
Sure.
But one thing about you're going to mess around and find out.
We're gonna find
on
out, right? I mean,
all of these fronts.
I think it's a worthwhile venture to, like we're changing the way the live stream works this year, right? And
How? Tell me how.
well,
Tell
so
us how.
the
Sorry.
biggest problem with broadcasting Masters live streams is they are a total waste of money because nobody watches them, right?
Relatively speaking.
Relatively
Yeah.
speaking. And so and the people that do watch them, they tune in for very specific heat,
Sure.
Mhm.
right? And so instead of just broadcasting 12 hours a day where, people aren't even going to watch. So what's the point of doing it?
Yeah.
We're actually narrowing the window and trying to create a consumable show.
Mhm.
So there'll be a lead-in desk show that has a lot of B-roll that covers mostly the older divisions. And then the live stream is really going to be the 50 to 54 and down
Okay.
in age group.
So that's the structure for each day this week?
For each day, yeah,
Okay.
except for Sunday, it'll be, we're going to show
Everyone.
everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. But look, some people are really going to hate that, and we are going to have static camera for the other floor, for the non-live stream, full broadcast version.
Yes.
So every event will be streamed. There'll just be some will be a static floor.
Some will be a static floor and,
No commentary.
yeah, no commentary. And this is what we're doing is producing really it'll be one workout a day.
Mhm.
So the full live stream with with Chase and Sean and the live scoring is basically going to be a 4-hour window at the end of every day.
Okay, so that happens with the final workout of each day.
Final
is the
workout
structure
of each
there.
day. Yeah.
Got it.
Mhm.
Cool.
And look, this could be I could be totally wrong about this, but I felt like it was worthwhile for us to stop doing things the same stupid way that doesn't work
Sure.
and try something new.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
If you felt like you were banging your head against a wall, then at some point, when do you want to pivot? And
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah, the masters have a loud voice, right? And they spend the most in the open and all of these things. But it just happens every year, right? They don't show up to watch YouTube.
Yeah.
They just don't. They just don't show up to watch YouTube. You're not going to get 1 million views. You're not going to get 100,000 views, right? Maybe 100,000. I don't know, but
I think we peaked at 100,000 last year.
Yeah.
But then it rapidly dropped off.
right. Yeah, and
fast.
so it was more like that weekend, and then it's like a fall off, and there's no rewatch, right? And so that hurts the algorithm, and blah 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 blah. And so they just don't watch it, which it is what it is, right? And it's like it's just part of it. And so I think you guys understand that the goal again, you're not going to make money on like a TV sponsor on that aspect, right? Running a commercial or whatever that is, it's not exceptionally valuable. Is like maybe even not as valuable as like being here in person, right? And so
The fuck is my son is casually driving around
Forklift?
in the forklift.
he's got a head of lettuce on there, bro. That dude's got some hair.
I don't know what
Holy
the fuck
shit.
he's doing, man. All right.
Oh man. With the now hang on. That one left. The question that I had about you mentioned playing B-roll during the like lead up show. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have Tommy on
Yeah.
the lead up,
Mhm.
and then the B-roll is largely the older age division athletes
and stuff that happened earlier in the day.
Okay.
So it'll be telling the story. It'll be crafting the story of
on other floors, right?
Yeah, on other floors, and hopefully it gives people a consumable, a lead in to a consumable show, right? Because when you think about American sports, primarily, we'll talk about American sports because I couldn't tell you what goes on in other countries, right? Because this is where I live. The longest anybody will watch is a 3.5 hour football game.
Right.
Yeah. And like baseball had to change the rules.
Yeah, sure.
Because the games are too long and boring, right? And so we can't change the rules, but we got to change the content.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think like you guys said, it's like a figure out, like fuck around and find out sort of thing.
Yeah.
This just speaks to me the breadth of all the things that you have to focus on to bring this together. I mean, we've only touched on a couple and highlighted a couple, and there are so many other things. One of the things that, of course, the games did during their live broadcast as well was like the B-roll, the adding in some footage of seminars and things like that. Is there anything like that in any of this?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. I have no idea. We'll find out.
Call Jenna. I'm like, hey, give us the stuff.
Well, I thought that was so tastefully done.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I was really.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch any of that? Were you there in person? Didn't watch back.
I watched at home.
Okay.
I was still in the middle of treatment. So,
okay. Yeah. And so you did see those.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I thought the way that they were placed in there was just so thoughtfully done. As like you've got the audience right there. They're so ready to go. It's about to start. They're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't come here for that. But that piece is so integral to everything that we are. And so the way that they managed to just fold it in was anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
We might. I don't know. That's a Brock question.
Yeah,
So,
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Well, that sounds similar almost to the question about, in Dave's Week in Review of like, hey, you guys, in hindsight, that was a miss.
Yeah.
We should have, whatever.
Sure.
It's like, it's something you could, take into consideration. But it sounds like you are taking so many things into consideration, making so many pivots. It's like
it's
exciting.
Not accepting that you cannot have a successful Masters competition broadcast. It's like, cool. What can we do to figure out how to do that? And that's what this is.
Yeah.
We could just be like, oh, you just pay this amount and then it is what it is.
Yep.
But,
right.
We're trying to see, is this going to work? Hopefully it does. So
yeah. And that's the other thing, right? Like we've experimented with the $350,000 broadcast in the past, and it's just a distraction, right? And so we got to figure out how to A, produce better content, but B, do it for way less money.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, sure. 300. Wait, that's what you got. That's not what you spent last year, was it?
350. No, not last year. 350 was Legends, both at Mayhem and San Diego.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's bonkers.
Yeah. I was at San Diego. That's totally different topic. Holy shit, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
That is bonkers. All right, night before. Are you guys gonna sleep tonight? What time are you guys gonna get out of here?
We get a lead team meeting, hopefully in the next 45 minutes.
Sure. Are they waiting on us?
Whenever Tate stops
driving around. He's like driving around eating a burrito now, too, man.
LIVIN.
Yeah.
My dad runs the place. I can do this.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, hopefully I'm hoping we're in bed by 10. Yeah. I want to be over at the run by 6. Make sure that just everything is tight for the run, right? And it's the same thing every year. Like once the events start, everything just falls into place. But it's like getting those first couple events out the door.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be nervous until that happens.
Sure. What about you?
I think I'll fall asleep just fine, but I'll probably wake up around 1:32 in a panic, and then
Yeah, sure.
And then have crappy sleep until about 4:30 when I want to wake up.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when that happens, are there tools in the belt to make it go away, or is it just like, and here we are?
No,
I got
lay there.
I got this awesome stuff called olanzapine that was used to manage my nausea.
Oh.
And I got extra pills.
One of
So-
the
I got extra pills. Perfect. We
There you
support
go.
drug use
If
on this
anybody-
channel.
Yeah, totally. Man.
Hell yes. That's what
So
I'm talking
if
about.
anybody is a little nervous and they need to fall back to sleep, I'm your guy.
Perfect. I love it. All right. What are you most nervous about? Finish with some what are you most nervous about at the weekend? Like from a execution standpoint, whether it's like scoring or like injury or
For me, it's the run.
whatever, the run. And
We've
what
never done something like
yeah,
that.
sure.
So we're like,
yeah, but you got people that do it all the time. It's in their sleep.
yeah.
Put the bibs on, you line the course. How'd you guys line the course? Is it just like down and back on a trail?
Yeah, it's center back
Yeah,
on a track.
Yeah. And so I did a 5K in college. We put one on for philanthropy, and we flagged the whole thing like 6 hours. Because it was on a college campus and through dorm rooms and things like that. It was the worst day. I was like, why don't we just run the road? I was like, guys, what are we doing here? So I hear it gets really narrow. We're gonna do some
it's
some
like
of this?
golf cart.
for it.
No,
Okay.
no. So let's see. So everyone's going to start off. So heats of 30 will start off.
Basically, I need to know, do I need to tell my athletes to sprint?
No, because
Okay.
it's ship timer,
Yeah.
right? So
Well, I know
why-
they got to get ahead. They got to get
yeah,
ahead.
but there'll be enough room. So there's a kind of a quick choke point on a footbridge.
Yep.
And then once you get over the bridge, it opens up pretty wide.
Okay.
And there's plenty of room to space out
Okay.
on that. And then
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But
Sweet.
it narrows up, and
Mm.
there's a bunch of that. It's
Yeah,
a little
that's fine.
anaconda
I mean, I
shape.
didn't say it was a bad thing. I was just wondering.
No, yeah.
I mean, I'm down for some contact.
Yeah.
There's not enough contact in the sport.
Little elbow.
Yeah. I think it's
It'll
good.
be fine.
It's good. Everyone's too friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty.
Everyone's too friendly. I think we need a little less friendliness, and then a run will do that.
Yes.
A mass start run will make people a little less
Yeah,
friendly, at least for a
there's
short
elbows.
time.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
give
for
them
sure.
Small weapons.
No.
Yeah, shivs
Okay.
for
Yeah.
sure. I think that's appropriate. Cool.
Prepared for
I
the
don't think
unknown.
I'm not concerned necessarily about the run. I'm not really. I just my biggest concern is that the audience has fun.
Sure.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm hoping for more than anything this year. I know the athletes are going to have fun.
Mhm.
It's the spectator experience, right? Is the thing I'm most concerned with.
Yeah, that's funny because I'm the least concerned about that. Because I think
that's
I've been
your
primarily putting
job
that
is
together.
to,
Balance.
And
yeah,
you put it together the run, and I did this. So
yeah. I
Yep.
we're
think
just nervous
that's
about
it.
you.
Yeah,
I'm nervous about you failing, and
you're nervous
me
about
failing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That seems like a great partnership.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. It's
Oh,
good.
totally. If anything's gonna get fucked up, it's because of him.
Right. Yeah.
I will not.
I care
I will
about
not
everything
dispute
that might get fucked up because of you, but it will be your fault, not mine.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Perfect.
So foreshadowing for the future, what does this look like next year? What's the goal? Because I know you already have the goal.
Just more and more community involvement.
Yeah. Sure. Bigger crowd.
Bigger crowd.
Yes.
More.
I mean, I think if CrossFit, if you can get 20% of the last 2 weeks of CrossFit media support for an entire year,
Yeah.
dude, it'll be untouchable.
Yeah.
You'll have 6,000 people. You'll have 6,000 ticket sales.
Yeah.
At
Well,
10,000.
and I think yet
it's gonna
again-
be so
10,000 would be
many.
good. Yeah, we'll probably be like 4,000 this
Right.
year.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like you said, getting their support, and I mean, it's not just their support, but it's the support of everybody who is interested in this, because as much as their platform is obviously massive, everyone has, word of mouth is incredibly powerful. And so just anybody who is here being able to communicate what they're seeing. I know that coming into this space, initially it wasn't Masters athletes, and it's become every single event that I'm at, the Masters athletes are always, if I have a highlight moment, it's a Masters athlete that I'm like, no way they did that, so there's something incredibly empowering, awe-inspiring about what they're up to out there. And so as far as driving more of that, it's just the communication of that message. And because I'm always thinking, what are they going? I mean, literally what you just said, you're actively walking through.
Mhm.
You live enough life, you go through grief, you go through illness, you go through injury, all of these things. And so to me, I think the communication of these real humans who are doing superhuman behaviors at their ages is, it's an important story to tell.
Yeah.
And it drives a lot of interest for me.
So I mean, it comes back to the whole CrossFit is the cure,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
I mean, these people are shining examples of that,
Right.
Of what aging can look like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. Is the goal to be here next year?
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But we really like Columbus.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean,
Yeah.
it's super nice outside too.
We're always looking to improve. So,
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we don't want to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll be here for 3 years.
Right. I mean, so far this is definitely the play. Yeah, I like it. I like it so far. It's nice to be downtown. We're walking distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really nice.
Well, yeah.
I'm hoping to get to experience a little bit of the short north and just go
Is
out.
that what they call it? I have no idea what they call it.
Yeah, that's the like restaurant area.
The, like the overpass, like just bars. Yeah.
To be a little more of a spectator every year, like that's kind of the ultimate goal.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, we're getting better at that every year. Once it gets rolling, I've been telling everyone, most of my job is leading up until the event starts and give it a push, and then it just kind of goes.
Mhm.
And we do get, periods of time to where we're not completely busy the whole time. And it's nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I love it. As far as multiple years in the same space, I mean, it's just I think it's you have something good somewhere. If it goes really well there, then why not double down?
Yeah,
if
so
it does.
That, but then we keep moving around, so
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah, it's all right. Just following in Dave's footsteps. He just can't stay in the same spot either. It's a
Yeah.
thing. As you mentioned, Boz is here. Is he gonna be here all weekend?
Yeah, Boz is here all weekend.
Cool. And then Dave's coming into town at some point. I think is what he
I think
said
he
on
comes
Weekend
in
Review.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and Don will be here. I think tomorrow also.
Don comes in tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Hey.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Well,
know
then they
Don was
have-
still running the company.
They have a team of media that's here.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
love it.
yeah.
So good.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That was
Thank
good.
you.
It was
Hopefully, we'll
awesome.
get you on, at some point during the weekend, or
Yeah,
for
let's do it
sure,
again.
Yeah. Grab
one
me
after.
or him anytime.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
or both.
Yeah.
Right, happy to do it. This is a lot
Daily,
of fun.
Well-
daily recap
Yeah.
And I, of
here
course,
on WODprep.
I'm obnoxious with gratitude. So I just have to say, thank you for choosing to do this for this community, because it is a huge, huge lift. So just thanks for doing it.
Man,
Cool.
thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys for
Awesome.
coming out too,
Likewise.
because you're
Yeah.
a part of it. So
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Awesome.
All right.
Sounds good.
Get some sleep.
Thank you.
Later.